Otherwise, the session doesn't get exciting when we don't see faces, right? Yes. Okay, to start off with, so as you all know, today we have joined here for a study group. Yeah. So it is safe to say that decision making is a pretty common in human life, right? And coming to an important decision in life, so usually we get stuck, or we don't know what to do, or we get hesitant to say, or we have a lot of alternatives. We don't know what to choose, and finally, with great difficulty, we choose one. And frequently, it so happens that we realize the decision was a poor choice. Yeah. So today, to give a clarity of our thinking, to help us think clearly, so we have Dr. Trishla with us, who would help us to understand the subject Tetralemma, which is an ancient method to change the landscape of our thinking. Dr. Trishla is an Ayurveda practitioner and a counselor. She has studied NLP and Gestalt. She has around 12 years of experience catering to physical, mental, emotional distress, with a combination of healing methods like Ayurvedic medicines, or the diet, yoga, meditation, counseling. With, yeah, so depending on what suits the best for the clients, she chooses it. She believes, let's talk and let's walk the talk. Yes, so over to you, Dr. Trishla.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hope all well, especially after food coma. I hope it's not. Okay. So I have been Anil's student, and I have had fantastic, overwhelming experiences in my life, and thankfully in my practice as well, out of which Tetralemma has been one of my favorite. I'm still exploring, I still falter, but again, I explore again. So that's what Fertile Void is all about again. So I hope you all ran through the write-up on the group and dwelled in your fertile void, went through all the agony as well, but yet I'm sure you stay put in it as well. So let's get out of fertile void and learn this technique of Tetralemma, so that it is useful for us to work on ourselves and help others around as well. And it was a beautiful share by Kritika. The thing that she wrote on Void was fantastic. So all set? So here we are. We'll be discussing Tetralemma, but before that, a little glimpse on fertile void. What is fertile void? But that's the flow. So we set an intent that we'll work on this, and here is the flow. Fertile void is to be comfortable with the unpleasant emotions, to be open, to be surprised, to be stable with not knowing what you don't know. Rather than doing, we here learn to be in the state of being and waiting for the situation to ripen and evolve. Because if we don't do so, we are going to mess up. To trust something will happen, to open the possibilities, because you are not trying to know before you know. I guess that's the way we learn to surrender, which will be a true surrender. Our boundaries will expand once we learn to be in this nothingness. The void is not empty. It is filled with creative potential, waiting to be cultivated. But are we patient? In this chaos, there is fertility. Do we believe it? We need to work on every breath of the chaos. So let's learn Tetralemma. Throughout life, we encounter countless realities. What are these realities? The child, the teen, the adult, the influences around, people around us, the environment, so many factors that build up our perceptions and our particular ways of behavior, our ways of reactions, reflections, the way we react, right? So many times, and the experience that we have in the world. We usually want to escape this reality tunnel. We want to escape the way we perceive this world. On daily basis, we do make choices. But what are the choices we generally make? The easy way out. The binary thinking, right? Or the dichotomous thinking, that's the most easy one. It's either this or that. It's a yes or a no. It's black or white, or it's life and death. That's how we create dilemma. Di means two, and lemma means positions or the premises, because we love shortcuts. We want to ignore the gray area because that's agonizing, right? Or we want to be in our own comfort zone. But what are the drawbacks that come along with this choices that we make in dilemma? We carry a certain set belief system. It's my way or highway kind of situations. We also have this feeling of being stuck. So many times we want to excel, but we are unable to take a step forward because of all the fears attached to walking towards the gray area. Our realities restrict us in reaching further or exploring new ideas, values, and beliefs. We create conflicts in our own head. Have we ever pondered in so many ways? It is a self-inflicted conflict that we have. But the only way out of this tunnel is to understand and move towards this gray area. So essentially, we now turn dilemma into a tetralemma. What is tetralemma? It was employed by Nagarjuna in our ancient India, who calls this as a definitive Buddhist philosophy and names it as Chatushkoti, means 4 corners. He developed this in order to engage it as a portal for their learning, investigating, and meditating. And in Greek, it is called as tetralemma. Tetra means 4, and lemma means premises and the positions. The 4 positions here are the true, the false, both true and false, and the 4th, neither true or the false. That's how the structure looks. The true and false together, and the neither true, they are the gray areas which we want to avoid constantly. How is this going to help us? So when we face doubts, confusion, rage, feel stuck, when we are feeling stuck, or we are impulsive, or we want to find solutions immediately, it helps us in making good decisions here. It helps us to shed out our blinders, but we are rarely agreeing to the fact that we have blinders. We're so opinionated, right? Oh, she must be so arrogant. But do we even understand as to what has made her arrogant? But we do label them, their personality or their character, and build in more problems towards our relationship aspect. When we cater to this, we also reintroduce all the complexities, doubts, and layers of information which our brain naturally tends to filter. We shove it under the carpet very smartly. This will help us radically alter the landscape of life. So what are the transformations that we might experience with this modality? The conflicts that we have induced, it will be reduced as it will make us less opinionated. You will become curious about your environment and understand that there is so much more to learn. It's been more sensitive for people around, for the circumstances, for the situations. Isn't that humane? Thinking will be nuanced, considered, tempered, and hopefully less corrupted and biased. We need to make use of our head and heart. So you will be able to also see the topics, positions from angles which otherwise we have never imagined. So let's take an example here. These are the four positions. A, which is the truth that one feels at this current moment. Truth which has the belief system or the reality or the emotions and the thought that one feels, the current state of his or her particular identity, behavior, or belief. Position 2, the B, is a contradicting to our reality or the belief. Those are the qualities which are denied, which are dark and which are gray. The third one is position C, wherein we see the picture A and B very clearly, we accept it better, and we know that they both are a part of the truth, but not the whole truth that we have perceived. Position D, it looks looking upwards and thinking what you could be, the possibilities, the opportunities, the perspectives, the limitless, the vastness, the freedom and the liberation, the expansion. So let's learn this with an example. One of my patients, he came with a very agonizing state. He's a 21-year-old boy. His dilemma was, should I break up or should I be in a relationship which was 4 years long? Though he broke up with his girlfriend about a fortnight ago, he was confused, he was angry, he was lost. And he actually said that, you know what, my girlfriend, it's all because of her. I have become a drunkard. I've started smoking and I cannot concentrate on my work. I can't even play my favorite game, cricket. So he blames her for everything that he once loved to do. So he questioned his identity and he questioned whether his relationship was genuine or not. So the core issue of this boy was not whether he wanted to be in a relationship or not, but the fact that he thinks that he is a bad boy, but he thought he was a good boy. The conflicts were so bad that he easily blamed it on his girlfriend. So we worked on this particular issue and I told him to take the position A. That's the space he needs to take where he felt the event or the times when he was obedient, when he was caring, when he had a good rapport with his parents, or he was helpful or had the vigor. He stayed in that position and felt it, but he was embarrassed that he is no more the same. His body language showed very clearly. But I told him to dwell with all those emotions that he was feeling at that point of time. After that, I told him to take the position B, the other extreme, whichever space he feels that that's the place where he became a bad boy. The bad boy wherein he actually was not listening to his parents. He started blaming his girlfriend. He was angry at her. He was not working and he felt pathetic about himself. He even labeled himself as a drunkard and a smoker, though he had just done it once in his lifetime. He was really devastated and he could not stay in that position. I could see the restlessness in that position. As advised, I told him to go to position A as well and feel what was good in him again. He felt it in his body. I could see him settle a little, not much yet. We shuffled and gone back to position B. He felt pathetic again, but to a certain extent, a little more acceptable, but he was still restless. So it's very important to juggle between the position A and B so that the strong belief system would melt, would soften. Once he settled in these two positions, he was advised to take a step backward for position C, wherein he could see A and B very clearly. He was actually startled because I guess that's the time he saw his true dark self when he shifted the position from C, from B to C, or from A to C. Isn't that beautiful? Because somehow he learned that those parts were him, they were his. He had acceptance towards it, though it was just 10%, 20%. But it felt magical because they are mine. The acceptance was true, maybe with little hesitation, but there was a sigh of relief felt there. He saw it, he started believing it. Yes, he started accepting it. Initially, he would lean the wall, but now he didn't. He had his arms enclosed like this, but now he did not. He had his spine up a bit, but confused still that how can I be this? But he learned to accept these beautiful dark areas, the shadows of himself. As he settled in this state, he was then ready to move beyond the state. That is the position D. Position D, where he was completely lit. He was so happy. His body language was happier. He started moving around. And he said that he accepts his flaws and the circumstances and that he should not be blaming his girlfriend because he was responsible for what he did and not his girlfriend. So Tetralemma, it really helped for this budding adult to unchain that little elephant who was with the set belief system of his past. But it was very fortunate for him that he learned to unchain that little elephant in this tender age. Imagine we are all stuck in such set belief system no matter what age we are, and such is magical state of Tetralemma. So that's what it is. We shall be understanding this better once we go through the activity. So that was position A, B, C, and D. So imagine that you are on the cliff, at the edge of the cliff, and you can see the position A and B, that is our past, very clearly. And you can see the vastness of this position D. Sky is the limit. That's the muchiness, that's where freedom is, that's where peace is, the feeling of liberation and happiness, and much, much more. As our dear Anil says, we are much, much more, and let's get into that muchiness of ourselves. So, as the metaphor is used, the muscle, mind is a muscle. Once stretched, it cannot go back to where it was. It is a system that subscribes to new thinking because of our experience and knowledge, awareness and realization. So enjoy this expansion, enjoy the journey of evolving. It's indeed magical. And yes, last but not the least, gratitude turns what we have into enough, as beautifully stated by Buddha. I am so grateful to my mentor Anil, to my colleagues, and all of you here who have held this space so beautiful that I could go through my labyrinth of learning and teaching and explore my own self. Thank you for my friends, Aniket and Gaurav, Joel and Sweetie, and all of you, that I had this opportunity to explore this aspect of mine. So thank you. And I hope you all enjoy this journey, explore your own self and evolve beautifully for all the resources that you have around. So now we'll do a small activity. Is anybody ready for the demonstration? Bansidhar. I hope you have the conflict ready. The void was
I
to,
think,
yeah.
Dr. Trishla, I think you should tell them that you are now going to do the therapy with someone so that the others can witness what's going to happen. I think when you say demonstration, I think people think they have to do it now and they're already scared.
Oh, okay.
Correct, right.
Oh, okay.
I also felt like same.
Okay. My bad. So, sorry, I think Joel.
Yes.
Sorry, give me a minute.
Sure, no problem. If anyone has a conflict in the meantime that they would like to work on, Dr. Trishla can work with you using the Tetralemma right now so that the others can see. And after that, what we'll do is we'll break into pairs into different breakout rooms and we'll practice this activity with each other. That's the whole idea of the study group, right? So if anyone does want to volunteer and
Yes.
work on a conflict, we can definitely do that right away.
Joel, I have. Bansidhar. Hello.
Yes.
Bansidhar here from Pune.
Hi, Bansidhar. You have a conflict. I think you're very ready with it.
Yes.
You are.
Yes.
So can you just brief me with your conflict a bit?
Okay. See, I did this Anil sir's NLP practitioner course in 2016 or 17. I did it.
Okay.
And then at that point of time I was into, and after that I got into training. I was with Max Life and then after with Kotak Life as a trainer only. And in 2021 I left that job and I started my own journey as a stock trader.
Okay.
So intraday trading I started, and almost for 3-4 months I did it well. Actually I know all the things way back since 2008. However, that was like I was trading a little bit. It was a part-time, and then I started as a full-time last year. So I started with few of my mutual fund clients, and it was going good. And then all of a sudden, at certain last year, my mother was hospitalized, and at that time I had a big loss. And after that, again, I started with new clients. I convinced the old clients to start their journey with me again. However, the things were not working as it was working like prior to the demise of my mother. So after that, many a times I got funds from the client. However, I was not able to manage that because of my emotional imbalance. And
Bansidhar, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
But what is the conflict if you want to just put it in one
okay.
sentence?
Conflict is like whether to work with the existing client, or should I invest my own money, or should I go with my own investments. So that is the conflict.
Come again with the conflict. What are the two conflicts? Whether I should?
Should I start with new clients, like they invest their money and I do manage their funds. And the another way is, should I invest on my own money? At present, that is not possible because of some financial crisis. So this is what the conflict I am going through right now.
But as you said, it is not possible currently with the
Ha,
financial
so
crisis.
that is the only option left, that I should go with the clients. So again, that is the conflict.
But the option left is only one. You are actually answered your question right now. The
Okay.
current state, the conflict
Hmm.
there, but you are clear with the execution because the availability is of one and not the other.
Correct. Yeah. I'll continue with the like what is the problem. So if I'll go with the option, okay, then whether should I like hold on those positions for a longer time, or should I exit it at a shorter time? Because in short term I used to make losses, and long term also there is a conflict, maybe because of some excitement or this thing. I used to make losses, so that is I wanted to work on. Last time also Anil sir's in session, that therapy session they started, I went through that session also. However, at that point of time, I felt somewhat relief. However, it didn't work after that.
As you said before,
Ah.
are you in a state to take either of the state? Like which one? Like you first mentioned that you at this point of time, this is the only thing that you can do because
Okay.
of the resources that are available for you.
Correct.
That is the need of the hour.
Right.
I think you should sit with this right now instead of working on the conflict at this point of time.
Okay.
I think that's the fertile void for you at this point of time.
Okay.
And you can DM me later. We can work on this later. I would take up another dilemma state. Is that okay, Bansika?
Yeah. In a day, I was like I said something. I write something with on my notepad. However, I do exactly opposite of that. So is it like something writing something else and doing something else? So is it like a conflict? How you would conclude
It is
this?
a conflict. It is definitely a conflict because you are writing something and you are unable to execute that.
Right. Yes. Yes. That happens on a daily basis.
On daily basis.
Yes. Yes.
I think we will access this personally because there are deeper roots there. We'll have a little simpler one.
Okay.
So that we demonstrate that right now. But
Okay.
we can work on it and you can DM me later. Is
Yes.
that okay?
Yes. Yes. No problem. Absolutely.
We will attend to this.
Yes.
Yes. So, is there anyone else for a simpler dilemma? You want this? Yeah. Joel, can you help me out here, please?
Yes. So we'll need someone with. I didn't get it, Doc. You need someone with a simpler dilemma.
Yeah, because I feel there are in other core issues to be worked upon.
With Bansidhar. Sorry,
Yeah.
Bansidhar. Dr. Trishla said no.
We'll work on it for sure.
Okay.
No,
Is
no
there
problem.
anyone else with a conflict that they can work with right away? If not, we can directly get into the breakout rooms.
That's also fine.
And you can just debrief. Yeah, you can just debrief the steps to everyone so that they can do a practice session with everyone.
Yes.
And then they can come back with Q&A if they have any.
Yes. So I'll repeat the steps. One is going to work with the other, with the conflict, a doable conflict as of now, not the complex one, so that we understand the procedure better.
Charu has raised her hand, Dr. Trishla.
I just wanted to ask, doing exercise and not doing exercise is a conflict?
It is. It is.
That is the conflict which I'm facing.
Yeah, it is. You want to do exercise, but you don't want to exercise.
Yes.
But what makes you feel that what do you achieve out of exercising, and what do you achieve out of not exercising?
I've never thought this way. Never thought that what am I not achieving if I'm not doing.
Okay. So Can you take a position wherein you have space to move?
Yeah, I have space.
Is this the issue you really want to work upon? Is there a willingness aspect there?
I want to exercise because it makes me feel more energetic.
Okay, let's get to the position. You can move. You can take a position A wherein you want to exercise. Take a position where you want to exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So how do you feel in this position wherein you are exercising? You have exercised before?
A lot.
Yeah?
A lot.
Can you go back to those times wherein you have exercised?
Yeah.
Yeah? How was it? How's the emotion then when you were exercising?
Very exciting.
And where in your body do you feel it?
Over here in the upper part of my body, over here.
What else are you feeling in this position?
I'm feeling lighter.
Mm-hmm. What else?
I'm feeling good about my own self.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling more fit. And I can see myself doing many activities like, climbing stairs, doing the work at home,
Mm-hmm.
with a lot of energy.
Okay.
I
And
see
how,
myself doing that very well.
and how does that make you feel about yourself?
Very good. I
How
feel
much on, sorry, you feel?
excellent about myself.
Good. You can open your eyes.
Yeah.
You can leave all these emotion in this position and move opposite to the opposite position where you are not exercising these days. So what's happening here? What are you doing here?
There is a lot of sadness.
Mm-hmm. What's making you not exercise over here?
It's a lot of hard work. The feeling is it's a lot of effort and lot of hard work.
Which you are unable.
The body is a lot of effort and lot of hard work.
Mm-hmm. So are you reluctant to do that over
Yeah.
here?
Yes.
Okay. What else are you feeling and where are you feeling the sadness?
In my throat.
Mm-hmm. Anything else that you're feeling here?
It's in my throat and in my lower body, hip area.
Okay. Anything else that you're feeling?
No.
Can you shed this emotion here and go back to position A where you were once really working hard and exercising? Shed this out here and go back to your position A. You can open your eyes. Yeah. How does that make you feel? Back to those times.
So there is a shift in the energy in the sense, earlier when I was standing in this position, there was a lot of excitement. Like overexcited. I feel more calmer now.
Even if, but you were exercising there, you were very excited and happy here.
Yeah, but I feel more calmer. I still see myself in that same, when I was exercising, but I see myself doing with a lot of focus on every part of my body. I see more focus. I see myself having more focus on different parts of my body, which I'm stretching.
Okay. And how does that make you feel here?
More lighter.
And what is the emotion that you're carrying here?
Satisfaction.
Okay. You can shed this here and go back to position B.
Yeah.
What are you feeling here?
My resistance is lesser. In this position, I'm thinking a little bit, as though I'm communicating with myself. Why I'm ready to talk to myself about starting to exercise. It is that space.
So how's the sadness now over here, which you had felt before?
It's lesser. There is reluctance, but I would say there is a difference. If it was at 10, it is up to it has come down to 7.
So how about shedding this again and going back to position A?
Okay.
You can open your eyes and go back to the position A. What's the feeling here?
There is joy, happiness,
What's the emotion? What is the emotion that you're carrying at this point of time?
I'm more neutral.
Okay.
It's like not any extreme of any emotion. It looks more as though I'm neutral towards it.
Okay. Shed this here and go back to position B. What are you feeling here? Are you feeling anything over here right now?
So there is, unlike before, there is excitement to exercise. It's as though I'm ready to begin.
Okay.
At least give it a try.
And what else are you feeling? Any emotion in your body which you were feeling before?
Disappointment towards myself is there a little bit.
Okay. Can you open your eyes, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want you to step back a little. Yeah. I want you to observe this position A and position B from where you are at this point of time. And what do you see? You can keep your eyes open. You need to see the position. It's fine. Position A, position B. Position A was when you were exercising, when you were excited. Position B, where you were not, where you were feeling sadness. What does this position make you feel?
In my own inner talk, position A is what I'm justifying, that it is the right way of being. And position B is where there are two voices. One is, this is also fine, but the other one is putting that voice down and making me feel guilty.
And what do you wish to do at this position, what do you wish to do? You can open your eyes, but even if you don't exercise, does that mean that you're doing wrong? Is that what you're feeling?
Yeah.
What is the feeling right now? The wrong feeling, is it that dominant?
Right now, both look fine.
So can you allow yourself?
Both look fine to me. That if it's okay to allow, it's okay to not to do, it's okay to do also. It's like, okay, both the positions are fine.
So does your worthiness depend on whether you are exercising or you're not exercising?
Not from this position.
But those aspects are yours. Both of them are yours.
Yeah. But from the position which I'm standing, the worthiness thing is not there. It comes when I'm on that position.
Which position?
B.
So there is a compulsion that you want to work upon?
No, I mean, what I'm trying to say is when I'm at A and B, there was a conflict, but when I'm standing in this position, I'm neutral towards both. I'm okay with both of them.
How do you feel about it in this position? About this fact that you are okay with both of it?
I'm comfortable with both from here.
And is there any emotion that you're feeling from here?
No.
No?
No.
Does that urge you to take another position?
No.
Or you're comfortable here?
I'm comfortable here.
And what if you take 2 steps forward beyond A and B?
I'm okay with that also.
Would you want to, or do you want
Yeah.
to stay here?
Yes, I'll take 2 steps forward.
What's the feeling here?
There is calmness, there is joy, I'm happy, and there is no conflict here.
And how does that make you feel in your body?
Very comfortable.
So you accept both the traits of yours?
Yes. Here, this position is the best where I can accept it.
Are you more comfortable now?
Yes.
I would want to take a step behind and just thank the matrix who has given you this learning. Thank the matrix, and you can take your seat again.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So, yes. I think we're all set to do the demonstration, or demonstration is done, but you can act on each other, work on each other.
Dr. Trishla, would you like to explain the steps before they could be sent to the breakout room?
Sure. So first, think of your conflict, which is a doable conflict, not a complex one. First, take that complex and take position A, which is your current reality, which is your current emotion. Feel that emotion completely in that position A. Once you feel that position, feel it in your body. See what kind of emotion is showing up in your body. Give it some time. Go to the position B then, which is opposite of what you are in position A. Something which is in denial mode, something which is dark, something which is averse. Take that position. Feel it in your body. Experience it. Juggle between A and B till that belief system softens, till it melts, till the emotions which are heavy becomes lighter, till you recognize them better, till you are comfortable in that state. Once that happens and you are willing to move ahead, but you are going to step behind, that is, take a step back, take that position C, wherein the visibility of position A and B is very clear. You can see that A is also me and B is also me. The question is of acceptance of both of it, be it for your actions, be it for your decisions, be it for your personality trait, whatever it is. The point is of active acceptance of A and B. Once you see that, once you're comfortable with that, move to position D, which is the vastness, which is nowhere tied with your belief system with A, B, and C. It's beyond what your reality loop was. Is that clear? The steps are clear? Any doubts?
So Dr. Trishla, yeah, if you're doing something, that's fine.
No, tell me.
I had this question, like you had this exercise for that lady, right? So what does the output, like she was happy. So does that mean that she's happy for this current state?
See, what happens is, Shubha, if you see the position A, she had this conflict that I'm not working out, I'm not exercising. But her belief system was, it is not right, that is, it is wrong to not exercise. So her belief system was with her self-worth, with respect to the act of exercising.
Okay.
So it's the allowance, right? Not every time we are going to be healthy. Not every time we are going to be in the best of mode of doing our hobbies or activities or whatever it is. So we are stuck for certain reasons, but the conflict remains, right? And it's in the body. So position A, she had this thing, and she also had sadness. If you see, she said she was feeling, it's in the throat. She said that. As she went to position A, where she used to exercise, she could feel the joy. The earlier times, she could feel the joy, the happiness. Basically, her self-worth was with her doing stuff.
Okay.
Right. So the more she did it, she felt good about herself. But once you keep shuffling, right, it's okay. There is a part of me who does not want to work out. And it is okay with it. We do not allow ourselves to be in that denied state because because her belief system was it is wrong to not exercise. It is right to exercise. So when we do this to and fro, that strong belief system will melt. It will dilute, right? It softens. So the allowance happens. And especially when you step back and observe both of it, the acceptance is better that both of it is my truth. Can I allow myself? Can I not label myself not worthy if I do not work out? Can I stop labeling myself that I am doing something wrong if I am not working out? So the calmness happened. The conflict is of the belief system she had with respect to the act of working out or not.
Okay. Right.
And there are so many conflicts we are into but unable to step out of it. So the body and the mind is related, right? It's always connected. It is. So that's why the moment you move again out of C towards D, that whole thing of identity, like it's only when I work out, I am good as a person, not otherwise. I'm healthy as a person, not otherwise. So position D, as though, you have left those chains of belief system and you have broadened your spectrum to explore more.
Okay. But this will not help her to work out. Am I right?
It might work. Yeah, she can do anything and everything at this position with greater acceptance and allowance of her current state.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. So Vasu, Vinod, are you done with your session?
Yeah, we just finished.
Okay, so how was it?
It was quite beautiful. Thank you so much for introducing this. It's actually pretty brilliant. Like even for, just trying to figure things out for your own self, I feel sometimes we just get stuck in, the dilemma rather than looking at what else is out there. So it was good. So I'm sure it did help Vinod as well, because I did it for him. So I guess he'll be able to tell you more about his experience.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay.
So maybe working on like the other way around, like you did it for him and you can do it the other way around next offline.
The other way around.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
She meant you can do it for the Vasu as well,
Yeah.
sometime later.
Would you be able to share the content that you showed us as well, just so that we can refer? Because we went through it pretty quickly, so I'm sure there's lots more to read up online. But just whatever you shared, if you can just share it.
Also, I will share the write-up there.
Great, thank you.
Steps also, I will do that.
We have Chavi on, Sunita as well back. So would you like to share your experience?
Yes, Sunita, you can go first and then I'll just.
Yes, so I was the guinea pig one in the conflict. And so initially I wasn't sure because I have too many things like too many conflicts right now. So anyway, I picked up a simpler one to work on. And it's amazing because frankly, I went into it without any expectations. Like, okay, we are just like, trying it out, playing with the technique, so to say. And yes, but it's amazing just that taking those questions, somehow I got some kind of clarity. I thought, oh, yes. Whether it's the talking about it or the visualizing or the actual positions, I'm sure all that made a difference. But I definitely had clarity in these 10 minutes compared to what I, came in with. That's all I can say.
So what I have experienced with Anil in NLP and Gestalt and beyond programming, whatever we do, it's always a eureka moment. It's like the aha effect. So yeah, that's brilliant. So does anybody have any doubts or anything that you want to share your experience or anything?
Yeah, basically, I just wanted if you can give us the right questions which we need to be, asking the client. So just the order of those questions, I just basically need to.
Yes, I will share the write-up. I'll share it on the group then. Could you get more clarity, everybody?
I had an amazing session with Mr. Ganesh. It was really beautiful. Thank you so much.
That's nice.
Dr. Trishla?
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. So if I'm not, incorrect, I'm thinking when I did this Tetralemma with, I think once we had done it with Judy, and she had added one more aspect to this Tetralemma, that when you go to position C, or was it position D? I don't quite remember, but you look back on your positions A and B, and you tell yourself, I'm much, much more than both these positions.
Yeah.
So I am, and getting that reinstalled, that I am more than my conflict, and that I'm more than much beyond, and my possibilities are much beyond these two conflicts. So that was just one added aspect that I remembered while doing this. So I thought I'll share with you all.
That was really good. Thanks for doing that. So what I realized, and thanks to them, that I actually ran a little faster. And I'm also exploring my position B, C, and D throughout the study. So yeah, I can run through the steps one more time. Maybe that would help. A quick run. First, catch hold of the conflict or the dilemma that you're going through. Like, make it more precise. It's this or that I want. It's not only that I want or what I am. It can be with respect to your identity, can be with respect to the work, with anything that you want to do. So once you get there, what is your current reality? What is the current state? What is the current belief system, or what is the current emotion that you're going through? Catch hold of that position, that is position A. Feel it completely. Feel it in your body. You have to feel it in the body. Once you're set with it, shed all of it there and take that position B, which is in denial, which you have a conflict with, right? Which you want to access, which you want to work upon. That's your position B. Feel that agony, because that's what we shove it under the carpet, right? We don't want to. That's the gray area. So feel it completely in your body again. Once you feel enough of it, go back to A and then go back to B again. Just go to and fro till this melts, till you are softened with the belief system that you are carrying for so long. Once you do so, go take a step behind, and that's your position C, because that's the position wherein you'll be able to see A and B very distinctly. When you see them distinctly, the acceptance is better there. Because all of it is actually connected to your worthiness, to your character, to your personality, to your identity, to your values, your virtues. Everything comes to the least of denominator over there. But the acceptance, your shadow side, your light side. So there's better acceptance over, like in position C. Feel what you're feeling in the body. See if there is any emotion left or what kind is remaining over there. Feel it completely. After that, walk ahead beyond A, B, and C. That's the position D. Position D actually gives a feeling that I am no more what I thought I was. I'm no more feeling stuck as to what I thought this particular situation or this person's behavior. Because of that or them, I am what I am. So the blame game stops and you realize that you are in a much possibilities zone, or the opportunity that you have in this space is much more than what you thought you had in position A, B, and C. It's actually like that little elephant who thought he is chained. The adult, the big elephant thinks that the small elephant is chained to the past. It's not the truth anymore. So that brings a sense of happiness and freedom and the willingness that I can go much beyond than what I think or I restricted myself with. It can be anything. I can actually share my example so that you'll understand a little better. I have a practice since 12 years of Ayurveda, and I had this old concept, like old school thinking, that I should not be doing marketing. I should not get on social media. Everything should be by word of mouth. That was my set belief system I had set up. And there was this other side, social media booming like crazy. And I'm like, oh my God, I can do this. Should I not? So when I stepped into it, I gathered courage. So I shuffled into A and B. And I saw how is it connected to my worthiness. I also saw the fear that I had of failure. What if I failed? What I made a fool of myself, the belief system. What if I disappointed my parents? And a number of such small changes that I thought that were with the old lifestyle that I was living. But coming to position C, it gave me little courage that I was this, I can be this, I am this, I can be that. And hence I am in front of you. Or else I wouldn't have been here taking this session. It was not easy. Trust me, throughout the preparation, I was in A, B, and C. I was juggling between A, B, and C. But I enjoyed the process. And this is actually what I felt is humanism touching spiritualism. I felt that because that's where acceptance is, neutrality is, the starting of fertile void, because fertile void actually exists even when we are with a client. We don't know what's coming up next. I was in that fertile void when I heard Bansi there talking, and I'm like, oh my God, what do I do next? But yes, it was complex. We will work on it. But that's what we are in this state most of the times. But are we even aware that I am in that fertile void? Can I be okay with this nothingness, this pathetic feeling, this fear? So once I am okay with it, can I be okay that I do not have solutions? Can I be okay that I might fail? You know, that jitteriness, that butterflies now feels like celebration. So that's how it is. And then if you take a step back, the acceptance is better. And with that willingness, you move forward to position B and present yourself in a number of ways that you can, that you want to. It's vast. It's beyond our perception. So that's how beautiful Tetralemma is. I will be sharing the steps and everything. So yeah, any doubts? Thank you, everyone.
I think Vinod has raised a hand.
Yes,
Could I ask you a question, Doctor?
I'll try to answer you.
Vasundhara and I did this on me. There was a conflict. I went in for the positive side of the conflict as position A and the negative side as position B. Ultimately, the resolution came that B is better than A. Is that okay?
Is that what you want to have a set belief with?
That is what was carried all along. But to solve the dilemma, I took a positive approach for the conflict.
So when you got into position C,
Yeah.
could you see it as better and not
Yes.
better?
Yes. Exactly. For that reason, only B came out to be the solution rather than A.
That's okay. So the conflict was resolved.
Yes.
Your
Yes.
biased mind was melted.
Yes.
Right? It was no more stuck to the fact that this is it. This is
Yes.
much better than this.
Yes.
Both are fine, right?
Yes.
So it is okay. Were you okay with both the states?
Yes.
That is what is needed, right? However it was, you thought in position A that maybe your perception was this is greater than that. Then
Yes.
you got into position C, you thought no, B is greater than A.
Yeah.
But still, it gives a broader spectrum to see both of it, that both are okay to me, however they are. And
Right.
acceptance was better of both the truths that existed at that point of time.
Exactly. Exactly.
But that does not make the whole truth. It's a part of the truth. And you're not held with that truth. You're okay with it.
Away both the things.
And it's okay. Like either way, it is okay. Maybe for some instances, A would have been greater. Some instances, B would have been greater. Either way, it's okay.
Right.
C does not make you rigid. It just loosens you up, right? It loosens your body as well. It's not just the mind, it loosens your body. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yes.
One more thing, Dr. Trishala, I would, just like to add up.
Yeah.
While this, about this class came up, so I just searched about the subject of Tetralemma. And while in my search, I just, Googled and I found out, this is an ancient technique which originated from India.
Yes.
And now again, this has been brought forward by a few philosophers and, in the logic side and everything in Munich, which they have brought forward again. This is basically a technique for, helping in decision making, getting out of the conflict zone. And so it's something, which I was wanting, that what is actually, this word was looking at, something, a new technique, or what Tetralemma is, seems like more like a scientific term or something.
Yeah, it's scary. Trust me, it's scary once you don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
It's jittery.
Yeah. So yeah, coming to that, what am I attending? So what is it basically going to present me? I was just preparing myself to come to more of an acceptance mode, and what I'm going to learn.
So what did you learn?
Yeah, it's certainly, moves a lot of things inside you.
Isn't that amazing?
To a more resourceful state. Yes, it is.
And I guess it's a journey. It's one of the ways towards self-love.
Yeah.
Right? I'm glad for your experience.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Pallavi had a question, I guess. Pallavi, you want to go?
So this is a technical question, basically. So I understand that when you're working with yourself, it is easy to, not easy, but yeah, easier to know that, okay, you can move to the position of like the C position, right? But when you're facilitating with another person, on what basis do you decide that you are ready to move that, tell that person or guide that person to a different position? How do you, is it like body language, or what do you do? Or through
Body
questions?
language is the first thing that will be very true.
Okay.
That will never falter. Body language never falters. I think
Right.
it's more of chiseling our capacity to gauge body language.
Correct. Yeah.
And then the tone and the words that they, say. So when you start off, maybe they'll be fast in responding. You wait for 2 minutes, you wait for 3 minutes, there will be a pause.
Right.
Right? Wherein they are empty. Whatever was surfacing, it's just empty. So that's the time you just move towards the other position.
Okay.
Sometimes they are unable to break the cycle where they are.
Right.
And that's also okay. But wherein you know that this is enough and now it's going into a repetitive mode, get back on the other position to break the cycle. Because we do not want them to just, like brood over that state again.
Correct.
So you break the cycle, get back to position A.
Okay.
And as Anil says, you will know when you have to know.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. Any more questions?
Dr. Trishla, I don't have a question, but just a thought that came in my mind is that when you are to accept everything that you are, I'm just wondering whether it will make me complacent. I'm beyond all this.
It's okay, right? What's the harm in being complacent? The point is, am I okay with being one? The point is,
हर चीज हम अगर complacency में ले लेते हैं, right? So then where is the progress? Where is the action? But then again, another thought is coming. I'm reflecting along with all my friends here. So I'm just openly going through my process here. Yeah. And so I said complacency. But then again, another, this came, that it's when you are accepting of yourself, and even if that is complacency, or even if that is just sheer laziness, we have peeled one peel of the onion. And when that realization comes, I think action comes eventually, and it's not too far. It's not too far to break that shell. That is what I'm observing myself in the last 2 to 3 months, where I was like totally stuck to feeling and giving myself that time, be complacent, be lazy. And then a time comes where you can't be too lazy and too complacent and too just sitting there and just, enjoying your
that's the system you are building up. I can't be. That's the belief system you want to build up. And Being complacent is not wrong. The whole idea is maybe you're not even willing to break open that through that belief system. That's why you become complacent. Maybe you're not tapping into your true willingness. Maybe you're not into that acceptance of being too complacent. I guess the moment you get into a complete acceptance with allowance, that was the magic word, with allowance, it really changes the story. Many times we think this is our goal, but when we really get deeper into it, sometimes the goals are actually not my goals. I thought they were my goals, you know? So there are a lot of permutation combinations to it. And
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
so influenced by everybody else around, you know, that we forget what is my true need or what is my true want. And it's perfectly okay. And that's what fertile void is. Can I be okay feeling stupid about myself or feeling complacent or feeling anything? And that's what equanimity comes in. That's where it comes, right? But am I even aware or am I even realizing my true state at this present moment? So awareness is the key. Willingness is the second, and action is the third. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I think in my, can I say something?
Yes.
Yeah, so I have a totally opposite view. Like I was thinking that if I come to a state of acceptance of whatever my shadow side, it will be such a relief, and it will open, like what you said. When I visualize, it's like, wow, so many options, you know, because now I'm not hung up on one side of my personality, right? So I get a lot of freedom. So I think I am very prone to complacency, but I think it's also a feeling of relief and freedom once you come to that state. That's what I think.
But do you know, both of y'all, that there is a part of truth at this particular moment, and you don't know what's coming up next.
Of course.
We don't have to settle in this particular state right now. It is more of the truth that we need to accept at this point of time. That is where the position A is, that what is the reality at this point of time. You never know. You may become complacent and she may become more active.
Right.
Right? So we are not staying put to the beliefs. We're not tying a knot there. What we are learning is to untie the knot by locating where the knot is. So that's where loosening up and acceptance with allowance and neutrality comes in.
That's good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so for the request for all, I'm sure I think you at least one person has finished this exercise today. So the other person is yet to do. So I request you to please get connected offline later. You could conduct it among yourself, and if you still need help or that you are not able to find a partner, please do let us know. We will help you out with that. Yeah. So not just Tetralemma, but if any other tool like the previous was the modeling, if you want to practice it, please message in the group and look for the partner to practice. If not, let us know. We will definitely help you with any of the tools as well.
Thank you everyone for holding this beautiful space for me to explore myself as well. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Dr.
Trishla.
Thank you, Trishla. Thank you.
Thank you,
Trishla. This
Thank
was so much.
And one more thing before we leave, we have another session happening next month. So that would be taken by Aditi Joshi. So we would let you know the topic very shortly. So please look forward for that and hope to see you join again for the session and contribute your experience as well. Thank you everyone for your time. Thank you, Dr. Trishla.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thanks, sweetie.
You're taking a lot on you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sweetie. Thank you, Trishla. This is awesome.
Thank you, Trishla.
Thank you, Trishla. Thank you, Aditi.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Trishla, your voice is just so calming. It was just like a meditation of 90 minutes. It was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
I would say a +1 to Saloni. Though I joined it pretty late,
but your voice was so calming. And then the switch from A to B. So that was amazing to see what would happen. Although I did not see the process, but the imagination of it was like really cool. Yeah. Yeah. So I would wish to explore this with somebody if they're ready for it. Yeah.
Trust me, it's magic.
Yeah.
We can't explain this. There's really, we are very short of vocab there, but emotions and feelings are way beyond.
Yeah, that's true. Gestalt got me in touch with that aspect and made me realize that communication and relationships become so beautiful if you are connecting with the person at the feeling level.
And you know what? Before the other person, it's with us. It's with ourselves.
Yes, we become kinder to our own self.
But is it okay that sometimes I'm at so loss of words, I don't have words, but I just enjoy the feeling of the person next to me. That's about it.
But why is it not okay?
I just feel, but there's no communication happening. I don't know if the feeling is communicating.
That's actually a true communication happening, provided the other one is listening. Provided the other one is receptive.
Yeah.
I don't know if the person is receptive or not.
It's okay. You will know it, but don't doubt it.
Okay. All right.
As long as I'm feeling it, I think it's beautiful. Yeah. I don't know about the other person. If I'm able to feel what they are feeling, or if I'm aware of what I'm feeling, it suits so many things in the entire communication or in the entire relationship with my own self as well as with the other person.
I also think that this actually helps us to see the chaos, not become the chaos.
Yeah.
So when you do that, you're okay with whatever the chaos comes, like it's okay. Oh, I'm jittery. Fine. Be okay with it. I'm angry. Be okay with it. So somehow that detachment zone will come and we do not become the chaos and we let the chaos be.
It begins with awareness.
Yes. Yeah, and awareness is the key.
Absolutely. So it's 5:30.
Thank you so much, Trishla, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trishla. It's really amazing.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Have your voice.
Thank you so much.